How many large, unbiased studies are done on health, diet, and lifestyle? How many favor a whole food, organic, plant-based diet, and how many favor a low carb diet?
A bias is difficult because bias is in the eye of the beholder. Um, everybody has a bias. When Dr. Neil Barnard publishes a hugely important randomized study of two different nutritional paths, he gets attacked. You're a vegan doctor. Well, I mean, it's gone through the Institutional Review Board panel to get permission to experiment on humans. It's gone through the scientific review boards. It's gone through the journal publication review piles, and it gets published. And with all that, all those people touching the data that aren't necessarily sharing the same dietary pattern as Dr. Neil Barnard, just to pick out one plant-based doctor that does publish a lot of high-quality data. The bias can be put aside. This is just science. Of course, Dr. Barnard and others that are doing research are more interested in the topic because they've got skin in the game. They've seen the results. They follow the lifestyle. They have a clinic where they manage people and see the results. And they strive to ask the question, what I see in my clinic, can we reproduce in a research trial? And lo and behold, boom, boom, series of studies, you can document that this isn't just in Washington, D.C. This is human body and human physiology. So nutrition science to actually do the best kind, prospective, randomized studies. You eat this way for 8 weeks or 16 weeks. You eat this way for 8 weeks or 16 weeks, and we're going to support you with education and dietitians. And sometimes they actually give them the meals to even ensure a higher level of compliance. They're tough to do. They're expensive to do. There's people that drop out all the time because they just get frustrated or the schedule. Yet we've had in the last 12 months a lot of those studies, and it's been headline after headline after headline supporting whole food plant-based diets compared to keto diets. Whoa, it's actually, we seem to lose fat in our waistline and in our viscera quicker than the ketogenic diet. So popular, but it's been basically dismantled by an NIH researcher who has shown carefully that whole food plant-based diets, high in carbohydrates from plants, low in fat, no animals, do very well with weight loss and superior to ketogenic diets. And even compared to the well-acclaimed Mediterranean diet, there's data now that a naturally low-fat whole food plant-based diet accelerates weight loss, improves cholesterol, blood sugar, insulin sensitivity better than even the Mediterranean diet. So yeah, it's been a really good year to gain further support to the idea that plants over meat is a really good plan.
Of all the people you've advised over the last 30 years, who followed your advice? What were the results? What percent got to their optimal blood sugar, blood pressure, and weight? What percent reversed major health issues? And what percent didn't get the expected results?
Yeah, the smart ones followed my advice. So all you smart people out there, pat yourself on the back. It's an interesting thing because I pretty much go through the same process with everybody. By the next visit, I want you to watch Forks Over Knives, What the Health, The Game Changers. Here's a book to read. Maybe here's a podcast to listen to. It depends what they tell me is their best method of education, because some people are just not readers and they'd rather watch or they'd rather listen. And I'm always blown away by the segment. I'll call it 75%, just estimate, that actually on the next visit have done all that. And sometimes the statement comes, it's usually I'm fully vegan now. If they're really in the game, I'm fully whole food plant-based now. And it might only be 6 weeks later and I dropped 8 pounds and I feel better and my sleep is better and my skin is better. I always respect people that actually listened and actually made changes. And sometimes there's a spouse, there's children, there's a job that could be an impediment, but they're doing it anyways. They've seen the value of all that. There are people that should do it that just have a series of excuses and roadblocks. They may actually still be stopping at McDonald's and Burger King, and I just have to scratch my head. And it's not an economic thing. These are people that aren't eating at McDonald's because it's a couple dollars cheaper than the salad bar. They're eating there out of food addictions and habit. I really try and help them get better food. It might be that there's a chef in town that delivers. It might be there's one of these regional or national services that might deliver whole food plant-based meals, even if they do it for 1 week. So the expense is pretty minimal, just to really immerse into it. But is it 100% effective? We're trying to get weight loss, blood pressure control, blood sugar control. It isn't. When you talk to even going through a 2 to 3 week water fast, maybe 80% of people hit that goal a lot of people want. I'd like to see if I can get off medication or have a substantial reduction in medication. Even with something as drastic and intense as an inpatient water fast, like you might get at True North, it's not 100%. So we're not going to be anywhere better than that with office and outpatient approaches that are a little gentler than a water fast. But it's well more than half the people will see a substantial difference. And again, some of them, it's just truly miraculous. There are people that get off medication, people that hit their target weight, people that see their numbers just fall into the normal range without medication, solely because they threw the old diet away and they, without questions asked, adopted the proven whole food plant-based diet.